Welcome everybody to another episode of Gorilla Gospel, and we're gonna get into this episode of the gospel. We're gonna call it whatchamacallit. Okay, so we coming out of text, all right. And I'm not the scholar or anything, but you know what I'm saying. I do know where some things that don't quote me. Go and do your homework. This is how you sharpen your sword. Jesus, he went to places, they said, where he was learning from other people. That's what they said in some things that he was learning from other people, and that's okay. But that's what they say he was doing. But they also said that Jesus had to run for his life in the process of being in the company of these people, learning from them. And I'm like, I didn't grasp it at first. I'm like, if you're learning from somebody, they took you in, why would they run you away? Why would they threaten to kill you and everything, right? Then it dawned on me. I'm like, that's what they did to his disciples and everybody. They ran them out of places and stuff because their teachings was just too authentic. So, in other words, Jesus went there to see how they was doing things, but set the record straight. And they couldn't stomach it. You dig? And that's on the up and up. If you really place Jesus in a lot of spots, you will see that everybody headed the way he was teaching the gospel. And so we come to a part where oh boy, there was a dude named Bar-Jesus that came after Jesus. Now Bar-Jesus was this, let's say, hippie. Okay? Bar-Jesus was a hippie. And he made money doing, hocus pocus things. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was practicing magic. But he didn't have the healing power of wisdom, knowledge, and just plain old straight up Holy Spirit in it. And when Paul, was that Peter, one of them, set the record straight on him, and he seen how the people turned to them and not him, really, and when they offering things and everything, it was like, it wasn't in his perspective to take it, but every charitable gift is willingly helpful when it comes to moving around like they was doing. And so here's where you have the first episode of what that is, what you call that, walking in someone's shadow, being a leech, that type of thing, copycat, stuff like that. I mean, come on, you named yourself Bar-Jesus, for crying out loud, right? So here's the deal. He tried to pay Peter he tried to pay the apostles to teach them the gospel, or how to do that so that he can receive gifts and all that stuff too, so people can follow him and all that type of stuff. He wanted to do this out of pure selfishness, greed, everything that the gospel ain't about. Okay, and where I'm taking you at with this is that we got people that will learn this word. We got people that will learn about Jesus. We got people that will learn about God. And then, before you know it, they will strip him of his name, of his teachings, and just like that, they would put another label on it. All right? Let me break it down for you. I got these Nikes. Well, they're not Nikes. The felines. Got these felines, right? And I like them. They're cool. Shit. But I could take and put a new label on it and call it my shoes. You know, whatever my name would want to be. I could put Feline Dude on it. Feline Phil. Either one. But that would be me taking away from the originator. Okay? And starting my own brand out there and getting people to follow me and give me money and everything. But see, when it comes to teaching the gospel, which that was the word back in the day. The word was gospel. It wasn't this one, it wasn't that one. But everybody, I want you to understand, is following the same teaching. When God separated us and made us speak in different languages, believe me, his plan out the back door was to start these apostles to go out and teach. And Jesus had to be the teacher to teach them how to teach. And once it came to the fact of going out there to go after the kids, you dig, no matter what race they were, they was all his kids after the separation. You know, and the reason why he separated them, I mean, if you got a group of kids that's acting bad, you separate them, right? You go over there and you go over there, and I don't want to catch y'all two together. That's what he did when he came to building the towers, trying to get to heaven. Like, man, y'all too bad, bro. I didn't tell y'all to come up here. So he separated. But then he went after them too, so that nobody forgets who he really is. Now, Buddha, he was following good things. That means something came through there and taught good things. Joseph Smith. Moses got his dialogue from a burning bush. Joseph Smith got his from a hat in a rock. Who's to say that man ain't a prophet? He died blood, sweat, and tears over it, just like everybody else did. The only thing that comes to play is that we worship the wrong things, which Jesus said not to do. Jesus never even said worship him. He never said make a statue of him or paint him or celebrate his birthday and all this other stuff. He never did. He said, teach my Father's commandments and try to live by them. When it comes to these other religions and everything, bro, and they talking about how to save the planet and how to stop diseases and how to do this, these are all teachings of a good being that was here before. It just got their own label on it. And in some parts, they kind of like messing up on it because it's God that we're supposed to worship and represent. And he has no form. But everybody needs something to look at. You know what I'm saying? And it's in us. Like when they build the golden calf, right there in the middle, right in his face. You know what that's like? That's like having a boss. You know, that's like having a wife. And right in her face, you will start macking on this girl right here, saying that she's better than her. That's what that's like when it comes to God telling you, hey, bro, I'm jealous, bro. Don't cheat on me. I showed y'all who I am. I showed y'all what I could do for you. And you blame me because of what people would do to you. You got some people that's just mentally disturbed, bro. And they get a bunch of other mentally disturbed people to follow them so that they can practice their damn bullshit. Now, when you got people that's trying to do right to keep the population from going under siege when it comes to diseases and war and crime and infestation of any unclean kind, you got those who are so mentally disturbed, bro. They call it the insane and all that type of stuff, man. If you just read up on it, bro, they like that stuff. You can't fix them neither, especially if they have a supplement called money and power. So, I mean, you know, you gotta understand, man, this is different, man. This is way, way different. And if you don't know, you gotta ask somebody. But I mean, that was the beginning of people taking the religion into their own perspective, bro, putting their own twist to it. Just for gain. Not for change, for gain. And that's how you can label the real from the fake, no matter where they from. Because see, if we were all God's children, and he visited all of us, but he separated us, ain't when we grow up and we leave the nest or whatever, we separate, we still keep in touch, your father or your parents will come and visit you. You don't think that God came through the hood of China? You don't think he came through the hood of India? Hood of Africa? Well, he was already, yeah, he was all through there. You know? But which we call America now and all this type of stuff. In the garden, man, Adam said, bro, I heard your voice coming through the garden, through the midst of the garden. It's you that has to be that willing soul of him, because he said, you draw near to him, he will draw near to you. That's how we get to accept the Holy Spirit now. It's for those who fully believe that, hey, bro, there's no other explanation for this. If there's all this wrong going on and all this good that's trying to stop it from going on, then there's got to be some truth in the matter that this man really exists, and that he really had all these people to come before each other to stop this from happening. Messengers, that's what angels mean.